Okay, hey guys, it's Wade McMaster here again. So just got another quick little video for you, just to follow up on our creating a WordPress website using HostGator series. Basically, there's just a few little niggly settings and a few things you want to fix up when you're starting a website, and you just wouldn't know to do these things if you haven't done them before. So basically, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through and we're going to quickly show you a few things. We've got a little list here that we need to actually look at if we're going to get this website the way we want to. First thing we're going to do is we're actually going to go into posts down here. Now, this is where all your blog posts are kept. So I'm just going to click on posts. Now, this is actually on every WordPress installation. You get a sample post called Hello World. It comes with a sample comment, that sort of thing. And unless you actually intend on going in and changing this, having this here is not good because it usually shows up on search engines. If someone does a search for your website, sometimes the Hello World entry will actually show up and show all the sample text. Now, this is, like I said, it's just basically a blog post. If I open it up, you'll notice it just says welcome to WordPress. This is your first post. So, and if you're not sure what a WordPress post is, if I actually preview this, this is actually a post on your website. It has the date, um, hello world, which is a title, text, and it's actually got like a comment that's been left here, which is it's all just sample comments that you show up on your website when you first install. So it's going to X out of that. Back to our post. We're going to go back to our posts page here by clicking posts. We're actually going to delete this. So basically I'm just going to click trash, and we're going to delete that post so that way it's no longer a problem. Now, there's actually a similar situation with your pages. If I go into pages, you see that WordPress has a sample page here. Now, as before, it's in similar fashion to that post. It just has some dummy text there. So I'm going to click the trash button on that as well. But there's one more thing I'm going to do before we leave here. I actually need to create some pages. Now, obviously, we're going to need a home page for our website. For now, we're definitely going to create a home page, and we're not going to worry about other pages yet, except if you're intending on starting a blog. This all depends heavily on how you want to set things up. But for now, I'm just going to create a home page. I'm going to call it home. And because we actually got a coming soon page on this website at the moment, we're just going to click publish. Now, if you've just installed this off HostGator, the Mojo Marketplace has a coming soon functionality which is automatically going. But if you're following our video series, you'll notice that we set up a coming soon page with another plugin, which is definitely a much better way to go. So now if I go back to pages, since I've published that page, you'll see we have a home page there. Now I'm actually going to sort of dart ahead a little bit here. I'm going to go down to settings. I'm going to go down to discussion here. So settings and discussion. Sorry, settings and reading, not discussion. Wrong page. You notice we've got some options here. Now, if you're looking at starting a blog, if you want your homepage to show your latest blog posts, then this can just basically stay the way you want it to. But for a lot of people want to have a home page and then have the blog as another page. So what you need to do is actually tick this over here to make your home page a home page. But the problem is there's no page here for you to select for your blog. So I'll just keep that turned off for now and I'll save this. So we need to create, if we want to actually have a blog on our website, if you don't, you could just leave this exactly like this with home and select and you'll be fine. But if you want to actually have a separate blog page, you need to go to your pages, click on the add new button, and create a page called blog. And then we're going to publish that. So now we've created our blog page, we go back to settings over here into reading. We're actually going to choose post page, goes on blog. Now we have a home page and a blog page for our latest blog posts. So we're going to save that. So we're going to treat this website as if we want to have a blog. So the next step that we want to do with this website and a little fiddly thing, we're going to go into our plugins here, installed plugins. And when you install WordPress from HostGator, you get a whole bunch of plugins you don't really want. Now we have installed JF Simple Coming Soon and deactivated Mojo Marketplace. If you don't want a coming soon page at all, you don't need any of these plugins. But if you're following this video series, you want to keep the JF Simple Coming Soon. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to tick basically every plugin that is highlighted blue, we're going to tick because that means it's been activated. except for the JF Simple coming soon. We're going to leave that because we want that coming soon page there. Tick, tick. So we've got all the active plugins except for this one highlighted. So I'm going to go on the drop down here and click deactivate. And I'm going to apply that. You see we've got only one active plugin now. So I'm going to go across to inactive at the top here. So we've got all, we can list all the active plugins, list all the inactive plugins. We're going to click on inactive. And we're going to tick this box up here to select everything. You see we've got everything here selected. And I'm just going to delete these plugins. Unless, of course, you want some of these plugins. But at some point, we're going to go through a lot of different, like an alternative plugin for Google Analytics if you're following this video series, but that's later down the track. So for now, we're just going to click OK. And you'll watch these plugins just get deleted. Okay, then the next one I want you to do is actually, there's a section here called Users. Now, you can see up here, my name, it says Howdy Flayed CEO. Now, for security purposes, I don't really want too many people knowing what my login username is, but it's publicly advertised. If I was to comment on my own website, it would come up Flayed CEO. So I want to change that so people don't know what my actual username is. So I'll go down the left here to Users. I find my profile, I click Edit. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give myself a first name and a last name. So the first name will say Flayed, last name will say Industries. The nickname, we're just going to call it Flayed Ind. And now that I've actually filled those out, I can choose any of those names in here. So I'm going to choose display name publicly as Flayed Industries. And you see up here, that's already changed to Flayed Industries. Update my profile. And now I have the name Flayed Industries instead of Flayed CEO, so people can't see what my nickname is. And so the next step we're going to go down to Settings, across to General. You'll see here we've got the title of our website and a tagline, and the tagline says just another WordPress site, which isn't very enticing. So what we're going to do from here, we're going to change it to whatever we want for our tagline. It can, healthy living in a modern world, or something like that. It could even be, something to do with your location. If you have a plumbing website, it could be like Brisbane's or Sydney's best plumbing website, Las Vegas's best plumbing company, that sort of thing. So you can put something in there that's actually relevant. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to save these changes. Okay, now I've got one final one for you that we're going to go through just to tidy up all the loose ends. I'm actually going to go down here to Settings and to Permalinks. If you don't have the settings here, if you hover over it, it'll fly out on the right hand side. But we're going to click on Permalinks, and it's good to do this after you've set up your website, because if you start creating blog posts and pages and then decide you want to do this later, it can affect your search engine optimization and the links to your pages. At the moment, we've got this custom structure, which is really long, flayedindustries.com/index.php, and the year and the month and the day and all this stuff. We don't want any of that. We're going to go up here to post name, and we're going to click that. So now all the pages in our website is simply a domain name and then the name, like they call it a slug name of the page or the post. So I'm going to click post name, make sure that that's the one we're using. We don't want to be using the numeric, or we don't want any months or anything like that. We don't want plain. We want to be able to have our keywords here in this post. It's good for search engine optimization. So post name, and then we're going to save changes. And that's pretty much it. So that's just a few little niggly bits and pieces you're going to want to knock over that don't fall into any of the major videos I'm going to go into about setting up a website in WordPress. So once again, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next lot of videos. We're going to show you how to design up, choose the right theme for your website and add security and do everything you need to do in order to get up and running. So keep an eye out for those. If you haven't already subscribed to our course, which shows you how to build a website from scratch, as well as get yourself online, get your social media profiles up to date, that sort of thing, check out the link below. It's just a free course, and hopefully I can help you out there. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.